Alright, time to get that systems going. This first one, we've got our graphing on the front, so the first thing we need to do is solve for y. I'm going to subtract x from both sides here and get y is equal to negative x plus 8. If you don't remember from Algebra 1, I've got my slope right here of negative 1, my intercept here of positive 8, so 0, 8 is my intercept value. I'm going to plot the 8, and then I'm going to count down 1 over 1 for my slope. Down 1 over 1 for my slope. If you ever get confused about your slope, it's a whole number. You can create a fraction by putting it over 1. Let's see if we can zoom in there. There you go. You can put it over 1, get that fraction so you can count. Anyway, get a couple of dots both ways, and then draw that line. So there's my first line. Second line, pull the x from both sides. I've got negative y is equal to negative x plus 6. Divide everything by negative 1, and I'll get y is equal to x minus 6. And it's going to look just like this. It's got a slope of positive 1, intercept of negative 6. And these two lines, wherever they cross, that's going to be a solution. In this case, 7, 1 will be that solution. My next one, subtract that 2x to the other side, and I'll get negative y is equal to negative 2x minus 7. Divide by negative 1, I've got y is equal to 2x plus 7. It's going to be right here. Slope of 2. Looking pretty good. My other one, same process. I'm going to subtract the 8 from both sides rather. That'll give me negative 2y is equal to negative 8x minus 16. Divide that negative 2 off, and I'll get y is equal to 4x plus 8. Graph with the plus 8. Down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. And they're going to cross right there. Hard one to do, but it's going to cross right there at negative 0.5. Kind of a rough place to have to count it. Negative 0.5, and I believe that's 6. There we go. Be careful on that one. You can check that one on the calculator if you want to, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Next one. We've already got one that's already solved. Fantastic. We're going to go to this other one. Pull that 5x from both sides. I'll get negative 2y is equal to negative 5x minus 14. Divide the negative 2 off. Y is equal to 5 over 2x plus 7. Now you'll notice both of these go up 5 over 2. Down 5 over 2. Both of these lines are the same. I've got 5 over 2x plus 7. 5 over 2x plus 7. So it's the same line. This one's going to be IMS. There are an infinite number of solutions, infinitely many solutions. It's going to be our answer for that one. This one, divide the 3. You'll get x is equal to 2. This is a vertical line, undefined slope, at x equal 2. So here's all the places where x is equal to 2. My other line, add the x to the other side. And then we're going to divide by negative 2. Pull that negative 2 off. I'll get y is equal to negative 1 over 2x minus 2. So I've got negative 1 over 2x. Going to hit this line right here at, what is that, 2, negative 3. And that's how we do it with the graph. Alright, solve for y, graph the line. Sometimes you'll try to solve for y, but all you get is an x. That's when you know you got a vertical line. Let's go on to the back, get some of these. Substitution, one of my favorite things in the world to do. You got to make sure that you look for the easiest way possible. Example number 5, y is almost completely solved for. So I divide both sides by 8, and I'm going to get y equal negative 2. I've already got that number. Take it, dump it into the other equation. Put that negative 2 in for y. Add that 4 to the other side, and we will get x is equal to 8. So again, looking for the easiest possible way to do this. On this next one, I'm not going to lie to you, there's nothing pretty about 84. But we're going to dump that in there for x, because it's already solved, ready to go. So I've got 284 minus 14y minus 7y equals negative 7. You'll notice this is still 2x minus 7y equals negative 7. I've just replaced that x with this huge value. So I'm going to get 168 minus 28y minus 7y is equal to negative 7. Add that 168 to both sides. I'll subtract 168 from both sides, my bad. We'll move this up here. And we'll get negative 35y is equal to 175 negative. Is that going to work out to be 5? I think that's going to work out to be 5. So we divide that off. Y is going to be equal to 5. Now you can put it in either equation. I'm going to put it in this one. Let me write down that 5 before I forget. I'm going to put it in this first one because x is already solved for. So I have x is equal to 84 minus 14 times 5. 14 times 5 is 70. So I've got x is equal to 84 minus 70. This will make x equal to 14. X equal to 14. Alright, a little messy there. A little messy. We'll try to keep it neater. Number 7, same thing. Always looking for the easy one. Always looking for the easy one. So I've got this 4x plus y solved for. I'm going to take it, dump it into that first equation. I'll have x plus y is equal to 2. And again, I'm using this 4 plus y as my x. Dropping the parentheses, that'll give me 4 plus 2y is equal to 2. Subtract the 4, 2y is equal to negative 2. Divide the 2 off, y is equal to negative 1. Again, writing that down. Then I have x is equal to 4 plus a negative 1. So x will be equal to 3. Got my answer up in there. Sliding it on. Number 8. Y is already solved for. So I'm going to take and drop that in. 2y is equal to 4x plus 2. And again, I'm dropping this value in for y, so 2x plus 1. Now this one's going to be a special situation. I'm going to get 4x plus 2 is equal to 4x plus 2. This is an IMS situation. You're going to get your x's cancel out, and you're going to get a true statement. You get 2 equals 2. No variables. End result is true. IMS. This means it doesn't matter what I put in for x and y. It's going to work out as long as it's on a line. You'll notice if I divide both of these by 2, they are the same equation. And some of you will notice that right off the bat. And you can put IMS because you see they're the same equation. Just like this line right here, same equation. They're going to cross at every single point on the line. So all the points on the line will be solutions. So be on the lookout for something like that. Next one. This one I think is going to be the other one. We've got x already solved for. So I've got 2x minus 2y is equal to 4. We dump that y plus 2 in for x. 2y plus 4 minus 2y is equal to 4. Oh, champion. This one's going to cancel out as well. So I've got 2y minus 2y. These are going to go away. That gives me 4 is equal to 4. Again, we take a look. If you were to take both and solve them both for y, you're going to get y equals x minus 2 for this top one, and y equals x minus 2 for the next one. They're the same line. They'll cross at every single point. So when you end up with something like this, it might be alright to go back and see if they end up being the same line. Sometimes that happens. Number 10. Y is equal to x. I'm going to take, instead of y, I'm going to put in an x. So 2x minus 2y is equal to 2. Just going to substitute in that value. Now this time, these two will cancel out. You'll get a 0 is equal to 2. This is never going to happen. 0 and 2 are not the same. And if you think it's the same, I'm going to trade money with you later. Come see me. Alright? But 0 and 2 are not the same. This one is going to be no solution. And if you look at them, solving the second one for y, you'll get y equals x plus 1. You'll notice same slope, different y-intercept. These are parallel lines. They will not cross. Thus, that no solution. Move on to the elimination. Now, elimination a little bit easier. Well, a little bit faster. Not necessarily easy. I'm going to take this bottom equation, and I'm going to multiply it by negative 1. Why would I want to do that? Because now I've got negative 4x plus 2 is equal to 0. Oh, they're going to give a special case right off the bat. Anyway, so we add them both together. So this equation is now gone. I have changed it to this one. I'm adding them together, trying to get one of my two variables to be eliminated. In this case, both of my variables get eliminated. 4x minus 4x is 0. Negative 2y plus 2y is 0. 4 plus 0 is 4. Again, it's going to end up being a no solution. All my variables cancel out. I get something that's not true. No solution. If you go back and solve for y, I've got y is equal to 2x minus 2. And this one would just be y is equal to 2x. Parallel lines, not going to cross. Looking at our next one. I'm going to take this top equation and multiply it by 3. Again, I'm looking for the easiest possible way to solve this problem. And to me, taking the top equation, multiplying by 3, that's the way to go. So now I add them together. 3x and 3x is 6x. 3y and 3y, with the top one being negative, is going to cancel out. You'll get 5 plus 3 is 8. So x is going to equal 4 over 3. Now you got a choice to put it in. If you don't want to deal with the fraction, I would put it in this bottom one right here, because you're going to multiply x by 3. So I've got 3 times 4 over 3 minus 3y is equal to 5. And I put it in this one because this cancels. And I've just got 4 minus 3y is equal to 5. Pull the 4 from both sides. Negative 3y is equal to 1. So y is going to be equal to negative 1/3. Alright, this next one, it's ready to go right now. So I can just add that up. I'm going to get 3x. These two cancel, equal negative 6. X is equal to negative 2. And then I'm going to take that x. I'm going to use that first equation because it's shorter. So I have x plus y is equal to negative 3. I'm going to put that value I just found for x in there. Add the 2 to both sides, and I'll get y is equal to negative 1. Heading on down here. Now again, you've got a choice. You can pick your variable that you're going to change. I'm going to use the top equation again. I'm going to multiply by 5 because that's the smallest number I have to use to get something to cancel out. So I've got 5x plus 15y is equal to 5. X is canceled just like I want them to when I add it together. 19y is equal to negative 19. Divide by 19, y is equal to negative 1. I'm going to go ahead and write that down so I don't forget to. Take that y, I'm going to use the first equation, this very first equation before it got multiplied, again, looking for the easiest way to solve the problem. So x plus 3y is equal to 1. Put my value in that I found for y, that negative 1. X minus 3 is equal to 1. Add the 3 to both sides, and I'll get x is equal to 4. There's that next problem. Now, on this one, again, choices. I'm going to try to cancel out the y. All I have to do is multiply by 4. Let me just pull that out. All I have to do is multiply by 4 to get this to happen. So I'm going to get negative 12x minus 4y is equal to negative 60. X is pushed together to get negative 4x. Y is pushed together to cancel. And then I've got a negative 12 over here from the 48 minus 60. Divide both sides by negative 4. And I'll get x is equal to positive 3. Once I get x equal to 3, I'm going to use this top equation because there are less negatives in it, and I don't want to have to deal with the negatives. So I've got 8x plus 4y is equal to 48. 8 times 3 is 24, so I'm going to pull that 24 from both sides. 4y is equal to 24. Y is going to be equal to 6. Alright. Let's get on to this last substitution problem. Now this one, I'm going to have to multiply by negative 2. I'm going to pick the top equation. I'm going to multiply this by negative 2. What this allows me to do is keep my numbers as small as possible. I want to keep them as small as possible. So I get negative 2x minus 14y equals positive 74. You like that? Alright. Sometimes I impress myself. Alright, so we're going to cancel some stuff out. The x's cancel. I've got negative 19y, and this is going to be equal to 95. Divide the negative 19 off, and I'm going to get y is equal to negative 5. Go ahead and write that down before I forget. Once I get my y equal to negative 5, I'm going to put it in this one, because I know it'll turn positive. So I've got 2x minus 5y is equal to 21. This will turn into 2x plus 25 is equal to 21. Subtract 25 to the other side. 2x is equal to negative 4. So x is going to be equal to negative 2. There we go. That's going to look just like that. Alright. Number 17. We get the choice. Whenever I'm faced with the choice, I will almost always pick elimination because it's so much shorter. It requires a little bit more brain power, but definitely shorter. So I'm going to take this equation, multiply it by negative 2. X is canceled. I'll get 15y is equal to negative 30. So y will be equal to negative 2. Again, why did I pick elimination? Because I like it. It's set up to be easier that way on this problem. At this point, got to select an equation to put y in. I'm going to choose this first equation before I got multiplied, so I've got 9x minus 4 times negative 2, because that's what I found my y to be. So that's 9x plus 8 is equal to 26. Subtract the 8, you'll get 9x is equal to 18. Divide by 9, you'll get x is equal to 2. There we go. 18. 18. Again, you're looking at it. I like to use elimination, but this one is already ready to go for substitution. I've got y solved for, looking good. So I'm going to take and substitute that in. So I've got 5x plus 2y equals negative 16. Substitute that value in for y. And here we go, solving for x. So I've got 5x plus 4x plus 38 is equal to negative 16. 9x, let's subtract that 38 from both sides, and I'll get 54. Divide by 9, I'll get x is equal to negative 6. Once I get that negative 6, I'm going to put it in right here. So y is equal to 2x plus 19. I know that x to be negative 6. Y is equal to negative 12 plus 19. So y will be equal to 7. Alright, this last one. I'm going to do something fancy, so pay close attention. We're going to multiply both equations. One of them we're going to multiply by a fraction. So this top equation, I'm going to multiply by negative 2. That's going to get my x to negative 8. So I've got negative 8x plus 6y is equal to negative 32. The bottom equation, I'm going to divide by 2. So I'm going to multiply it by 1/2. That'll take my x and get it to 8, just like my other equation. So I've got 8x plus 5y is equal to 120. Alright? So I've got it looking the way I want it to look. X's will cancel, y's will go to 11, and then my number, 120 minus 32 is 88. And you'll notice, using these multiplications here, we clean that equation way up. We don't have any big numbers. We've got division that's fairly easy. Already got my y value. So if you're good with numbers and the manipulation here, elimination can be your friend. I've got y equal to 8. I'm going to put it in this equation simply because the numbers are smaller. So I've got 4x minus 3y, which I know to be 8, is equal to 16. It's 4x minus 24 is equal to 16. Add the 24 to both sides. 4x is equal to 40. X is going to be equal to 10. Alright, so pay close attention. Make sure we're executing effectively.